Hello everybody, my name is Shannon or Scaredy Ginge. I want to take a moment to thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new here, welcome on in, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming on back to this lovely video. This is going to be a bit different than the other content on my channel. It's going to be a review of sorts of a game called My Child Lebensborn, so if that interests you, I do hope that you'll stick around. If you do end up liking the video, please remember to subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up because it helps my channel a ton, and it also helps me know that you guys like the content that I'm putting out. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get on into this. My Child Lebensborn was released in 2018 on May 8th. May 8th is quite a significant date. If you do not know what it is the Victory in Europe Day, or the day that the Germans surrendered. So it's the significance of that date that kind of makes it cool that they released it on that date, just obviously a little bit in the future. The game itself is set post-war, post-World War II, just a couple years, and the premise of the game is that you have adopted a child. You're in Norway. This was pretty normal. There were children who were born of German descent, you could say, because of the soldiers that were going in and occupying, and so this one is simply from Norway, and your whole role is, again, you've adopted the child, and your role is to nurture, love this child, bring the child up, teach it, and everything else, and it's done so beautifully. It is a nurture-based game. It is a decision-based game, so if you love video games like that, I think this one is definitely going to be for you. I will say that there are some very heavy things in it, definitely some things that might make you feel some emotions. There is bullying, there is, definitely some prejudice and, a bunch of other things, but I think what's most beautiful about this game is how they go about everything. It seems to be very empathic, and it really helps you understand more about that time. Most of us know World War II for Nazis and Auschwitz, but there are also a lot of other things that came with World War II that doesn't really get talked about. One of them being the children that were born of war. Now again, we had German soldiers that were, kind of occupying quite a lot of European countries. And with this, that means that they were with women and such in those areas, and thus they made children, and a lot of times these children were put into homes because the mother did not want anything to do with them because, of course, Nazis and the like. And so you will find as you move through this game that gets brought up quite a lot. And so you start with the child. I'm not quite sure how old the child is, but you do adopt the child about 3 years after they are put into the home. And so they're a bit older, and the first thing that you start talking about is that it's their birthday. You can play as either a male or a female. I played as a girl because I'm a girl, and I thought that would just be nice, but you can play as either. And so that's what you come in on, her birthday, and how she's just so excited because she wants to be older. And I mean, what kid doesn't want to get older? It only happens in your adulthood that you're like, man, I wish I wouldn't have grown up so quick, but that's okay. But yeah, so that's what you're brought in, and you celebrate her birthday, you make her some cake, and then after that she begins talking about wanting to go to school. And so again, with this being a very decision-based game and nurturing game, this is when things start to come in where you start to shape how she's going to feel and everything in that sort. And so, she starts to kind of hint at how, she can't wait to get to school because she's going to make so many friends and she's going to have so much fun. And you're going to find out that that is not going to be the case. Now, I did only play about an hour and a half of this game because, one, I didn't want to get too much knowledge and drop too much of it for you guys. If you haven't already witnessed this game and played it yourself, I don't want to give too much away. But from what I've seen, I'm pretty sure it's going to get much deeper than what I know. And like I said before, there's bullying and all of that, and it's really sad. But on top of that, you're also dealing as the adoptive mother. You are having to feed, you're having to wash the child, you're having to mend their clothes. You can also play with them. You can do all sorts of things, which is a lot of fun. And it kind of helps with the heaviness of it. You know, you get to be a mom and, you know, you get to kind of help the kiddo and everything like that. But as you move on, you will start to, like I said, experiencing the bullying. You will also start to notice that your child wants to know who their parents are. And of course, at this time, nobody really knew. And so you will contact, if you wish, that is a decision you can make, to see who her parents are. And you already know who one of her parents are, not their name or anything like that, but you know who one of them is, but it's trying to contact the mother. I won't go any further than that, but that is a decision that you're going to come on. And then also you will start working and she will start going to school. And now when she goes to school, she will be bullied. One of the things that sticks out in my head, which was just crazy, was that one of the teachers actually made her stand in the middle of the room and do a Nazi salute, which is just so heartbreaking. I couldn't imagine having to deal with that, you know, as anybody. And, you know, my family is actually from Germany. My Omi recently passed away, but she was alive during this time. And, you know, I have heard stories of the things that people went through, and I could not imagine, you know, we see things time and time again, you know, documentaries and everything like that, but to be somebody there who's actually going through it, I couldn't imagine, you know. And being a mother myself, kind of feeling the feelings that, you know, the child is feeling, and that, you know, me being in the game, the mother that's trying to kind of help her cope and everything, like, it hurts me a bit because I wouldn't want to see my son sad or, you know, being upset because he's getting bullied or whatever it might be, because as a parent, it's your job to kind of help the child and be there for them. But this is a whole other level, you know, they're not getting bullied because, you know, their hair looks funny that day. They're getting bullied because of who they are, who they can't help being. You know, we don't get to choose when we're born who we're born to. And this game definitely really talks about that and really focuses on that aspect, you know. Like I said, you know, a lot of people like to focus on Auschwitz and Nazis because it was just a horrific time altogether, but there's so many little kind of things that nobody really talked about, and like I said, this is one of them, you know. And so your whole job is to just try to make her feel more comfortable and to nurture her through these times of growing up and help her understand that what's happening to her or him, it's not their fault, you know, it's society's fault. It's the way society is viewing these children, that they're bad, that they've come from something bad, so they must be bad. And I think we can both agree that that's just not the way that it goes, especially for children. You know, you're born, you're innocent, you're an innocent child who your thoughts and everything are actually, you know, fostered in a way that society wants them to be, you know. And I'm happy that a game like this exists because it brings to light the things that don't get talked about a lot from this side. You know, in any war, this type of stuff happens and, you know, it's not talked about. So it's nice to have a video game that's more centered along the lines of things that might not make us feel good, but that will help us understand things a bit better, you know. And so shout out to the dev company on that, because you guys did incredible on that. And so that's all I'm going to say about the game itself. Again, I don't want to give too much away about it because I want you guys to be able to experience it yourself. There is going to be a new game. It was just announced this past weekend, or it is the weekend, this past week, and it's called My Child New Beginnings. There's not much information out about it yet, but it was announced at the Indie Live Expo. And I think that that's going to be amazing. I honestly cannot wait to get through this game and then start playing that game. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below, you know, with what your thoughts are and what you hope to kind of learn from this game if you end up playing it. Again, it's available on mobile and on Steam, so on PC. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to leave you here. Have a lovely day. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.